Okay, so my book is Shuttlecock by Graham Swift. So the main character, Prentice, works in the what they call the Dead Crimes Department, which is basically he's basically a detective, and so he starts noticing a pattern of missing information within files that he needs, and he notices that his boss Quinn will often take the files if it's ever brought up, and he'll just say, I'll deal with this, or good job, don't worry about it. And so he becomes curious on why exactly it is that certain information is censored and certain files are missing, and so he brings it up to Quinn, and so Quinn says that he purposely spurred on this curiosity so that he could find someone to succeed him in his job, and so he lets him in on the truth of having power, and that is that he has to suppress the truth in order to maintain this job, because even though these files could be used to potentially solve past crimes or fix past wrongs, that's not how you maintain power and you secure your own happiness. And so I decided to talk about the importance of information, the use of deception or covering up details, and then also the impact that has on our lives. So the first one is the importance of information. So without information, you can't make a complete and accurate judgment on an event. So in the book, they don't have any of the files, so there's no actual clear-cut objective truth of the matter, because no one can ever figure out what's really happening. The only one who knows everything is Quinn, and he uses deception, which is my second topic, to cover all of that up. So the main goal of deception is to influence the human mind, and so the mind elevates language to a level in which it is so complex that it's not just straightforward, and that we take those words and each person can have their own personal interpretation of what they mean. And so I could tell you the exact same thing, and everyone in this room could think something slightly different about what I said. And then if I continue to just try to mess with the mind and feed it information, change my tone, change how I tell you, when I tell you, and play on certain emotions, because that's also an important part of the use of deception, is knowing your audience and finding a weak spot or something to target that is important to them, that will make them stay quiet about it. And so attacking the mind is crucial for the use of deception. So then the use of deception is mostly for the balance of power. So the use of deception can be used to maintain power in terms of someone like a hierarching official. They can use deception so that no one ever figures out the bad things that they've done in the past, and then therefore they maintain power. Or in the case of Prentice, he uses deception and learns to suppress the truth so that he can take Quinn's job and elevate his status. So deception is used to both gain and maintain power. And then lastly, the choices and consequences. So as I was doing my research, there's a quote that says that you can't have both happiness and the truth, so you have to pick between one of them. So the Prentice wants to know what happened to his dad, because he was supposedly a World War II hero, but there's information that says that he might have betrayed his fellow soldiers to the Germans in exchange for his free release, and then he invents this fictitious story about how he escaped by killing the guards and then sneaking off into the forest and disappearing. But he can either know the truth about his father, or he can ignore the past and just take the accepted story that he's a war hero, and then use that to maintain his own happiness and like repair his relationships in his life, as well as get a higher paying job that will lead to ultimately to his happiness and his success.